Hola familia, welcome to my channel Mika Creates. I'm Mika, thanks for being here today. Today I'm going to show you how I make loaded nachos. Loaded nachos, loaded nachos. You guys, I'm crazy. I had a really good party last night, so I'll tell you about it. But for right now, I'm starving. I just cleaned up my house. So, here we go. So I have some chips from last night. Now, these aren't like the store-bought ones that you buy. Whoa. These aren't like the little Tostitos or whatever. You can't get that. You have to get it from like Superior Market or like a Mexican market that makes them like homemade, and they're like thick because it has to be able to sustain the cheese. If it doesn't sustain the cheese, what's going to happen is you're going to have soggy chips. I don't do soggy chips. Nachos should not be soggy. Okay, so I just heated this this cheese up from last night. I saved it and put it in the fridge. You guys, I am hungry like a bear. Like a bear. Like a bear kind of hungry. And then just add however much cheese you like. And like I said, these kind of chips are going to sustain it. I know I look toe back. Toe back. It's alright. I was cleaning my house and I thought, you know what? Let me show them how to make loaded nachos. This is my way, and it's the good way. Let me just say, it's the good way. Oh, Maria. So hungry, you guys. So hungry. Ah! Oh, to sustain the heat. Oh, that's my big man. Okay. So that's the first step. Okay, mi gente. Second step, you gotta have a meat product. Now, if you're vegetarian, season up some tofu with a little bit of sauce. But this is some pernil. Pernil is roasted pork, but I made it like Puerto Rican style. But I made it different. It's called pernil, P-E-R-N-I-L. But I made it different. I made it in the Instapot, so it only took a rapid 2 hours. I did it for 2 hours because I wanted it to fall apart, so it's like carnitas, but it's not fried. So I also got the skin of it. I crisped it up in the whatchamacallit? Whoa. In the oven. And I made it super crispy like chicharrón, like pork skins. Took all the fat underneath it and then cut it up in tiny pieces and then mixed it up, and there it is. I did a lot of meat. No, I'm not going to eat all this meat. But it looks good when you put it on there, you know what I'm saying? Looks real nice, real nice. Looks real nice. See, this is the pork. That's the pork skin that I cut up real fine. Actually, my friend Rosie did. Shout out to Rosie. So this is what happens when the boys go out and play. Mexico, girls have parties. Okay. Next, mi gente. Holy moly. Did you see that? Oh man, my fingers are going to get all messed up. So this guacamole sauce. It has to be this one. You can get it in mild, medium, hot. This one's medium. But this gives it such a nice flavor. You want to do it with the spoon and make like zigzags, you know, like restaurant style, even though you're having it at home. Why can't you have a fancy looking dinner, lunch, breakfast? It's about 12:30 right now. No, about 12. And I'm seriously very, very hungry. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it looks good from here. Ooh. You don't have to have straight lines. You just want to have some lines. I see, like this, like so, like so. All right. That's already in the bottle. Too late for me to try and do something now. Okay. And then you're going to get some crema. Crema is Mexican sour cream. Yes, it's Mexican. So it's a lot runnier than, why is this runny? It's a lot runnier than American sour cream, and I like the flavor for this dish. So just dollop, or if you don't have Mexican sour cream, just use regular sour cream from your local grocery store. Ooh, wee. Now add as much or as little as you want. Doesn't this look divine? Seriously, divine. Divine. And if you thought it was over, you're wrong. Still more. Mi gente. Yes, diced onions. I know, you're like, really? Yes, really. So you got to put that over like so. You can add as much or as little onions, but you should really add. If you don't like white onions or yellow onions like this, then put green onions in. But onions make it taste bomb. Okay, something just to top it off, to like give it the Latino flavor just a little bit. This is not parsley, y'all. This is cilantro. Cilantro. See, now you want lots of cilantro because cilantro has a fresh flavor to it, and it just adds. If I had tomatoes, I'd throw in some tomatoes, but I don't have tomatoes today. But I do have, last but not least, some fresh jalapenos. So I have fresh jalapenos. My cousin Lalo, Jose, I call him Lalo, ever since we're kids. He has a jalapeno tree plant, and look at how beautiful these jalapenos are. I sliced them up. Yes, you can eat it whole, but I'm talking about make a presentation. Make a presentation. Like, why is it that when people come over, you'll make a nice presentation for them, but you won't do it for yourself? Like, dude, take care of yourself. Like, make your food look good for you. Forget everybody else. And lastly, homemade sweet tea. Everybody was drinking my homemade sweet tea and my homemade lemonade. Now when I make that homemade lemonade, I make it a little sweeter and a lot more lemon for people that I'm gonna give it to. The way I like it, the way I showed you guys, was like light lemonade. Anyway, thank you, Father, for this food, and I'm gonna dig in. So let me just dig in. Okay, you guys, this is for you. Do you see that? If you have like chicken or whatever leftover meat, use that. My Lord. It is good. You're right. That pork. I'm going to upload that recipe. But what takes it to a whole nother level, you have to remove the skin. Season it with my seasonings that I'll tell you about. Put it in the oven, just the skin by itself. Cut it up in pieces after it's done and mix it in your Instant Pot. These are incredibly delicious. I'm missing tomatoes though. Jalapeno. You don't have to use fresh jalapeno. If you want even more flavor on this, let's say you're having some grilled chicken and you want to add more flavor. Not with this pork though, because it's too much. Use the jalapenos that are in the vinegar, the ones that you buy at the store, in the bottle or in the can. And go perfect with chicken. Have some grilled chicken so that people can, I made it last night. Because not everybody eats pork. Mm-hmm. This meal is not for the faint of heart. Do you hear that crunch? I'm hoping you guys can hear that crunch from the chips. Chips aren't soggy. That's why you need some sustainable chips. I'm making a mess. I'm still in my pajamas. I haven't taken a shower yet. So, today's Saturday, yesterday was Friday. I had the party on Friday. That's why I didn't upload any videos. I was getting ready for it. So I started my party at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, or in the evening. I know some of you are like, what? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. You want to know why? Because if people are anything like me, when I've worked a long week and I'm going to go out, the last thing I want to do is go home and get ready. Because once I go home, I'm not going out. I know you're shaking your head because you're like, yeah, so you relate. So once you get off work, you come straight to Mika's house. And we eat. I'm going to use the rest of this pork I got right here. Ugh. And then I save the drippings of the pork. So anyway. So I had about 20 girlfriends over last night. Party started at 5 and ended around 11. It was my friend Lisa's 10th sober birthday. So she has 10 years of sobriety. Happy birthday, Lisa. We're going to celebrate her birthday tonight. But, so we ate. And we had a karaoke lounge in my living room. This is so good. So I want to share something with you. Well, first let me tell you what was on the menu. Super simple. Loaded nachos. We'll make it with pork and grilled chicken. Just cubed up the chicken. Pork automatically shreds against the pot. You don't have to do anything. No work. And then I also made corn Mexican style. You're like, corn Mexican style? What is that? Well, if you don't know, now you know. So you got corn on the cob, So you cook your corn, boil it, and let it dry. Cut it so not everybody has a big old piece. And then we add butter, mayo, just feel me here, lots of butter, lots of mayo, and then Parmesan cheese. It has to be all the way around. And if you want to hit it with some sriracha, tapatio, or some of the sprinkled stuff, chili powder with lemon, or just chili powder on its own, real fine chili powder. That's it. Elote! The elote man. Elote means corn on the cob. And so the corn man comes, like if you live in Santa Ana, which is a highly populated Latino area, corn man comes in your neighborhood. It's kind of like the ice cream man, but he's walking and he's pushing this cart thing. And he's got the corn in there. And when he puts butter, mayo, I mean, everything. They used to sell them for $1, now they're $2. I'm telling you, it's so good. But for a party, so when the corn man gives it to you, it's a full corn on the cob. And gets a chopstick and puts it in, so you're eating it like that, you know, holding it with the chopstick and then holding the corn. But you can't do that when you're having a party. Well, you can, but it makes it difficult. So I'm all about good and easy. So I went to Smart and Final. I bought a huge can of sweet corn. And I dumped the whole can in the crock pot. Oh, it's so good. This pork on here is on point. Dump it in. I had a vegan friend over here, so I didn't add any butter while it was in the crock pot. You don't add anything because the corn has its own juice. I'm gonna just put it on high for like 30 minutes and move it so that the corn gets hot, and then just leave it on low for the rest of the evening. That's it. Add pepper. So you buy those little, at the 99-cent store, the Dollar Tree, or the Dollar General, wherever you're at. You get styrofoam cups, the little ones, not the big ones, the little ones. And you put them by the corn. Get a scooper, scoop some corn in there. I have the everything out already. Mayo, the butter, and Parmesan cheese, and then the chili powder, and tapatio, just in case they wanted whatever. And then you eat it out of a cup with a spoon. That's good too. And since we already had the pork and the chicken made, whoa. And the cilantro and the onions were cut. If people wanted a tortilla, a taco, instead they could heat up their own tortillas. And have a street taco. And with this pork, street tacos are bomb. Chicken too, but you know I love pork. And if you don't know, well now you know. I gotcha. So let me tell you about the party though. So I've been sober for a minute. You may or may not know this. But I like the effect that alcohol has on me. Hence, that's why I kept drinking, right? Like, all of a sudden, I'm not worried about what you think about me. All of a sudden, I can sing when I couldn't sing before, sober. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to use like superpowers. They're not real superpowers, that's the problem. So, this gives you courage. We call it liquid courage. So a lot of times when I was drinking, like alcohol would help me in that area. It wouldn't help me, but it helped me. You know what I mean? And so when you get sober, when you're newly sober, like, oh my gosh, my life is over. I'm never going to have fun again. You're afraid of everything because you don't have a bottle to hide behind or give you courage anymore. Kind of got to do things on your own, you know, and learn how to build courage and walk through fear. Your whole life changes. The way you think, the way you feel. You got all these feelings all of a sudden. Anyway, that you're learning how to deal with. Because I couldn't deal with them before. So I'm telling you all that because as an alcoholic, not every single one, an alcoholic in recovery, somebody who's sober, of sober mind, and physically sober. So we're doing karaoke. And it was so beautiful. I mean, I cried my eyes out for a second. One of my girlfriends brought, it was a girls' roll party. No children, but whatever, it happens sometimes. So my girlfriend had her children. They were here. And her daughter was going to come pick up her children. So they were only going to be here for like an hour and a half. No big deal. I turned on the karaoke thing and I could hear the little girl singing. I go, do you want to sing? She goes, yeah. So I introduced her to the crowd, to the audience, right? The little girl's all excited. She had no care in the world. Like, she just started belting out the songs. And I'm sitting there. And we're in a house full of women. I'm watching my friend watch her granddaughter. Ooh, I'm gonna screw up right now. So I'm watching my friend watch her granddaughter belt this beautiful song, you know. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, like, how blessed am I that God allowed me to see this? I don't have any makeup on, so I don't have to worry about anything. Because you guys, I would have missed it before. Like something as simple as that, but just see like my friend would have missed it. Like her granddaughter should not be in her life. According to the things that she's done in the past, you know. And the same thing for me. I shouldn't be alive. And I mean that more ways than one. Because there was a time in my life where it was really dark. And anyway, my point is that I would have missed it. I would have missed seeing not only that little girl sing and watch one of my girlfriends watch her granddaughter sing this beautiful song. But then later, like having all these sober women singing their hearts out when they would have never done that because they were sober, because of fear. And to see that kind of freedom, I was just like, man, I'm the luckiest girl on earth. And you guys probably don't understand because you're like, what's the big deal? I don't get it. I don't know how to explain it. I just know that God is real because He transformed my life through this program. And He used all these drunk, imperfect people to help me. And God is so big that He doesn't, you know, and this is just my experience, but God is so big because I couldn't get sober in church. I am at no means at all saying anything negative about church. Listen to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I couldn't get sober at church. I remember I went to church, I got saved. Just hear me out, don't judge me. And you don't have to believe in God. I'm just sharing my story with you. I went to church, I got saved. And I was doing good, and I was part of like the dinner ministry because I'd like to cook, and then we'd take it to like people that needed it, like mothers that just had their babies and they couldn't cook, or you know, mothers that their husbands were ill, and so, you know, just things like that. So I used to be on the dinner ministry. I used to go to church twice a week. Totally involved, committed. And I couldn't stay. 3 months into it, I started drinking again. And I couldn't figure it out. I understand now why, now. But I couldn't understand it then. Why am I telling you this story? I have no idea. Story time. These nachos are bomb. And they're easy to make. You have no excuse to make you something fabulous for lunch in your pajamas. Anyway. And then, years later, I went through this really dark time. And thank God, God is who He is. I went to this program. And I got sober. And I've been sober for 11 years now. And it was only by the grace of God. What's the point of my story, though? Man, I can't stand when I start telling stories and I forget. That's what happens when you start getting a little older. I wish I could rewind this so I can, you know what I'm saying? Point is, I would have missed this. Oh, I got sober. What I learned from that was that, thank God, the only place that you don't get sober or get transformed by God is in church. Because my cousin, and a lot of people get sober in church, but that didn't happen for me. My point is that God is so big. You don't have to only find Him in churches, but He will use broken people, you know, dope dealers, used to be dope dealers, prostitutes, like judges, CEOs of companies. Like, he will use the broken people to get to you. The reason why I couldn't get sober in church, I understand that now, was because I was sitting in those pews and I kept thinking, if they only knew. You know, like, I kept looking at them like they were pure and they were clean. And I was dirty and I had all these secrets, you know. And I just didn't feel a part of them, even though I tried really hard. It has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with me and my thinking. You know, that's how I felt about myself. And so over a period of time, you know, my, you know, wanting a drink just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and then I eventually caved. Anyway, all that from some nachos and a party. I don't know, I'm deep. I try not to get too deep. Sometimes you just have to. But my point is, I'm so thankful, you guys. I'm so thankful that I have a place where I can open my heart and my home and cook some good food and just have a sober party where people can come, sober people, newly sober people that think that their life is over, and then they come and they see all these 20 women sing, they're like, what the hell? This is fun. Like, I can't have fun in sobriety. I can't have fun without a drink. So anyway, I was just so grateful because I would have missed it all. There would have never been a party if I was drunk. If I was even alive, let's be honest. Because I wouldn't have had one. Not like this. And then it gave other sober people the same experience. So it inspires hope. And I had nothing to do with that outside of my husband left to go fishing. It was a couple guys. You know what I mean? That's how powerful God is. And if you don't have one and you need one, you can borrow mine. Just saying. And this has nothing to do with religion, by the way. I mean, I'm almost done. I didn't think I was going to eat all those. I'm telling you, I was hungry. I always wonder what you guys are doing. What you guys are eating. Like, when we're hanging out like this. Well, what are you eating? Or are you just sitting there watching? See how the chips are still crunchy? They're not soggy? Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you for this time together. Time is precious. I hope I never take this time together for granted. I'm never alone, even when I'm alone. And neither are you, because you always got me. And you can turn on one of my videos. Though I wonder what Mika's up to. Just turn on one of my videos and you'll see. So I'm sticking to my goal, making the impossible possible. By the end of this month, today I believe is the 10th. By the end of this month, Today's Saturday, 10. I've been 12, yeah. The 10. I'm still trying to make it to 1,000 subscribers. That sounds crazy, right? That's my goal. And I still don't even have 200. And that's okay. If I don't make it to my goal, I'll set a new one. Alright, mi gente. Thank you for our time together. Thanks for hanging out with me. Los quiero mucho. I just love you guys a whole bunch. Thank you for allowing me in your homes. Super grateful. Remember, you don't ever have to have breakfast, lunch, or dinner by yourself. You can always have it with your girl. Until next time, familia. Bye.